channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. Today we are talking about one of my favorite ingredients of all time, and this probably comes as no surprise to many of you if you've been watching my channel for a while, and that is tahini. That's right, we are talking all about tahini in today's video, and I'm actually gonna show you how to make tahini at home, and then we'll talk about different ways that you can use tahini in your recipes. So I'm going to leave a link for the tutorial for how to make tahini down in the description box. So if you're interested in trying that recipe, you can find that down below. I'm gonna let you guys kind of learn how to make it. So we're gonna jump out of my intro, outro. We're gonna watch how to make it. Then we're gonna come back here and I'm going to talk about different ways that you can use it in your cooking and your baking. So don't forget to check the description box because that's where all of the important information lies. Before we dive in, I'd also love to invite you to subscribe. If you are not yet part of our community, you can just tap that button right below this video and that will make you a member of this awesome tribe here on YouTube. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the tahini tutorial, and I'll see you back here afterwards where we can talk about how to actually use it. All right, so to make the tahini, you're gonna use sesame seeds. You can either just add them into your food processor directly from like the bag or jar, or you can toast them ahead of time. If you do toast them ahead of time, then I would just suggest toasting them in your toaster oven or in an oven until they're like golden brown and fragrant. So once you have your sesame seeds ready, you can just pour them into your food processor, and just like any other nut butter that you've seen me make on the channel before, you just put the lid on and let it do its thing. This one does take on the longer side. It takes a while for the sesame seeds to release their oils. So you are just gonna have to be patient, let it go through all the different stages that it needs to go through, and eventually it will turn into a smooth nut butter. It's probably not gonna be quite as thin as the one that you buy from the grocery store, just because they have a more professional grinder at their facilities. So the one at home is a little bit thicker, but it still works just the same. And this is what it looks like. It's really, really delicious, especially if you use the toasted. It tastes so good. And I actually like to just add a sprinkle of salt in at the end, blend it up, and it just gives it like a really nice flavor profile. And that's pretty much it. You can store this in the fridge or your cabinet in a sealed jar. I recommend keeping it in a glass jar, somewhere cool and dry, and this will last for, I keep mine for a couple weeks. Some people say it doesn't last that long, but mine always does. So don't forget that you can find the full tutorial with photos through the different stages, everything like that, down in the description box, and it's up on the blog. So that link is right down below this video. All right, so now that you can see how easy tahini is, I wanna kind of run through some of my favorite ways to make tahini. I actually have a roundup on the blog today that is different tahini-based recipes, so I'll link that down below for you as well. But tahini is an incredibly versatile ingredient. Most people assume that it's just used for savory recipes, but you actually can use tahini like a million different ways. You can use it in your baking, you can use it in, I guess you could use it in smoothies, but obviously, the most common way to use it is in a sauce. I love tahini sauces and tahini dressings. I have a few recipes on the blog as well as already on the channel, so I'm not gonna make like a cut here to show you how to do that, but tahini is an incredibly versatile ingredient. It's a great way to make an oil-free based dressing. So if you don't want to use oil in your dressing, you can sub tahini, which is a great little tip, and it tastes amazing. And it's also just great on salad, but also like as a drizzle on things like sweet potatoes or kale or roasted Brussels sprouts, roasted broccoli. Basically, you can't go wrong with a tahini dressing. So that's my number one way that I personally use it. The next is in my baking. So you can also use tahini like you would almond butter or peanut butter in your baking. So if you see a recipe online that says it uses peanut butter, for example, maybe you have a peanut allergy, maybe there's a nut allergy, maybe you don't have any peanut butter, you totally can swap in tahini, and it really actually works quite well with sweet recipes. So coming up, I don't actually have a ton of tahini dessert yet on the blog, but coming up in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna have a ton of, well, not a ton, but a few tahini-based desserts like tahini chocolate chip cookies. There's gonna be tahini blondies. We do have a tahini brownie already on the blog. So basically you just swap it in and out for almond butter and peanut butter, and it's so easy. The third way that I like to use tahini is in my granola. So I actually have a banana bread granola, which has taken Instagram by storm. Everybody loves it. It is an amazing recipe. It's oil-free, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, and it uses tahini to make it crispy, I guess, but also like gives it a nice little nutty flavor, and it helps you cut back on the oil. In this case, have no oil. So it's an awesome recipe, and if you haven't tried it, the link is down in the description box for you. But just like you would think about baking, if you're looking to replace potentially oil in a granola recipe, or maybe you're trying to swap almond butter in a granola recipe, you can absolutely use tahini and it will work wonders. And it's so good, like so good. And the final way that I personally love using tahini in my life is energy balls. I love adding tahini into my energy balls, especially ones that have chocolate in them, because it adds like this kind of savory quality to them, and they are just so good. So I do have some tahini chocolate energy balls already on the blog. But you, just like these other ways, if you want to swap tahini for something like peanut butter or almond butter, or if you wanted to use a combination of the two, it would add a really nice flavor, and it's really not going to affect the texture at all. So basically, in conclusion, if we're talking about tahini, tahini is a seed butter. So it's essentially the same thing as almond butter or peanut butter. Obviously has a different flavor profile, but it works really well in both sweet and savory ways. I think that peanut butter and almond butter have a little bit more, they don't quite work quite as well with other ingredients. So like if you are making a peanut sauce, you really aren't able to like use that on everything like you could tahini, which is why I think tahini is like by far one of the most important things in my personal cooking and baking. I use it almost every single day. I love it so much. So all of the information that I mentioned in today's video, ingredients, recipes, anything like that, everything is down in the description box below. And if you guys have any questions about tahini, whether it's making the actual tahini itself at home, yes, you probably need a food processor, or if it's like how to use it, or do you think tahini would work in this recipe? Let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help you out. I'm really excited for you guys if you have not yet tried tahini, because it's so good. You're gonna absolutely fall in love. So don't forget to use that comment box, ask away if you have anything, and if you have suggestions going forward, anything like that, it's open for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. I would love to welcome you into our community if you are not yet already a part of it. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.